Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the
Hi,
Happy
everybody.
Monday. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited for today's topic because I know it's a hot topic for so many people. So me and my co-host, Lynn Pelzer, Tracy Evans, Tammy Hudgen, and myself. Oh, we have a birthday in the house. I better stop and say that. It's Lynn's birthday. Happy birthday, girl.
Thank you. Thanks for all the love.
Anyways, super hot topic. People are always, trying to look for tips and tricks surrounding how to do live video and get better at live video. So first of all, I'd like to start off with just a few stats.
I
Which
love how
absolutely-
you always have research.
I know, she's so prepared.
Studious, the studious one.
Yeah.
I like it because it's like, it kind of validates
Yes.
the trends. And this company in particular called Cisco, they're very reputable for following the trends of social media. So here's just a few statistics, which again, blew me away. So number one, 81% of internet and mobile audience watched more live video in 2016 and 2015, and along with 2017 and 2018. So it's definitely a monstrous trend. Another one, 87% of audiences want the behind the scenes access to people, right? 82% of viewers prefer live video to social media posts.
Yeah.
So rather than actually plugging in and reading something, they prefer to watch a live video. Let me just see here. Video on social media produces 1,200% more shares than text and images combined.
I didn't think it would be that much.
Yes.
I knew it was big, but wow.
It is.
We must live in a very
absolutely
small
huge.
portion of the Facebook world. We really must.
Yeah.
because I don't see enough lives that would have that kind of an impact.
Well, except ours.
Yeah.
Yeah, obviously.
Was that my outside voice?
So it comes down to the fact that I think that coming from a marketing standpoint, it is definitely something that people should be looking at for their businesses.
No question.
It makes a ton of people nervous. You're being vulnerable when you're going live. People are, seeing you up close and personal, but there's so many benefits to go along with
No
that.
second take.
No,
No second
exactly.
take.
No edits, right?
That's why people love it too. When it's
Well, and
the
being
live
real.
ones.
Like if anyone saw my live I did on Thursday morning, like I literally was just out of bed.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah.
Right? And I'm just like, I'm going live. So it's just being real. And that's what people associate better with. They don't want to see us being at such a high professional, trying to be prim and proper level. They just want to see us, right? And even with myself, when I look at other people's life, I just want to see them,
Absolutely.
right? I don't want structure. I don't want, having to prep for it. And everyone knows that about me. I like just go with it,
Yeah.
right? Just talk to people as if they were sitting beside you in the same room. It's just a computer.
But you always give valuable tips. Like
You
you're never
have to.
you're never live for no reason and just chatting.
Yeah, and I think that's key. Yeah.
It's important.
Just checking in today.
Coming out.
But honestly, it's what makes you relatable to people.
Yeah.
And although you prefer not to follow the script,
Yeah.
I know for myself and for other people maybe
Oh, for sure.
that prefer, I usually write down 3 to 5 bullet points, and I kind of put them in a place near where I'm recording, so it keeps me on track and makes me more liable to speak about all the things that I actually wanted to speak about. But it doesn't have to be a script. Just those little points.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah,
help you stay on
exactly.
track, right?
And I think it's important too that people understand when you go live, not everyone's going to come on right at the time that you're going live. Okay, that's just the reality.
Yeah.
And that's okay. So plan ahead and make sure you have a filler for the first, maybe 2 minutes, 3 minutes. Have a filler while people are getting notifications that you're live and they come on. Don't just sit there with dead air. in hopes, right? And kind of doing other little tasks.
No, we don't like the dead air thing.
No, right?
It's on your
No.
page and people watch it later.
And they're never going to get past those 2 to 3 minutes if you're just sitting there waiting. Oh, I wonder if anyone's going to come on live and watch me. If that's my first 2-3 minutes of the video, I'm turning it off. Sorry, but I'm not going to
Absolutely.
watch. So I think it's important to have a filler. So maybe think about something exciting that might be coming up, you know, or maybe talk about somewhere that you've been. Yes. Lynn?
Well, there is a format
yes.
that creates a filler that's valuable. So when you probably do this as well, because I've seen some of the ones you do, you actually, if you're going to actually teach something, the filler time is not welcoming 25 people.
No.
You want to acknowledge your audience. Even if it's a recorded video or a live, you want to tell people what to expect.
Absolutely.
So if the people coming on later didn't hear that, they're actually hearing what
Yeah.
they're going to get. But you want to set it up so that people want to stay to listen. It's like, okay, well, today I'm going to give you 4 valuable tips
Right,
on how to do
exactly.
video marketing. And, you know, you can do the hook. People do the hook, which works beautifully, is to also say, and I'm going to have a little bonus thing at the end. So wait till the end, because I want to share one other thing that's a little bit different, but it's
Yeah.
something you're going to like, right?
I also like, I love that. I also like when you're kind of halfway through recording for those people who are joining in, just reiterating like, oh, hey, for some people joining in now,
Right.
just so you know, we're talking about these 4 things.
Yeah.
Yes.
Type of thing, right? Because you kind of speak to that halfway through your video.
Yeah.
So you're
Because
kind of
that's
catching-
happened.
Yeah.
I've joined a live where they've already been a minute or 2 in, and I'm kind of like, I'm not really sure what the main topic is,
Yeah.
right? And then I'm like, I have to wait till it's done so I can go back and do the replay to find out what it is. So I love that.
Mhm.
I don't think I do that myself. However, I'm usually lucky if I'm 5 minutes with my lives. I go on live and I'm done.
That's
right. I do quick.
So let's ask you, what do you think about things, you know, preparing yourself a little bit for it? Like, what are some of the things you would do before you're going to go live that will help you maybe take some of the nerves out of it, right? Because until people have done tons of them, or video at all, not even live, you feel all stiff and nervous and weird. Like, what do you do to make it?
Well, I have to be
Better.
completely honest. I am really nervous going live. And I
Mhm.
think, you know, as I let the action of doing it, and it goes for anything and everybody and anything, you know, as you do more of them, you get better and better, and you know, replay them and you kind of see what works for you. And you can see your numbers, how many people are tuning in, and, you know, maybe tweak it here, tweak it there. The one thing I do is I always make those bullet points, just so I can keep myself on track.
Mhm.
But in regards to, you know, getting rid of the nerves, basic deep breaths for me.
Mhm.
Other than that, I would say that I am nervous, because it is you opening yourself up to, you know,
Most
being
people
really
are.
vulnerable.
Let's be
Yeah.
honest. Most people are nervous when they're doing it.
Yeah. Do
right?
you do anything to help with that?
I think being prepared, like having my
Yes.
notes, having already looked at, you know, how's it gonna look, we brought this in, this is one of the, I don't know if you guys can see it. So this one is called the Claw, really basic, like $15 maybe.
Mhm.
Or if you're gonna do your video with your phone, you wanna have it set up already with the right angle. I mean, I
Yes.
think all of
Yeah.
that stuff matters. You could just, sometimes you're
Even
just gonna
the
go
right
live
lighting.
when you wake up in the morning because you wanna share something.
Yeah.
But if you are going live for something that's promoting your business
Yeah, you
and
gotta
not your
plan
own
it.
personal kind of branding, people getting to know me, because that's all, like, it's 2 different things.
Yeah.
And the other thing is, like, so you're gonna set it up to go, am I at the right angle? Am I showing this much of me and this much of the
Yeah.
ceiling and everything else? And it's kind of going up to my nose and little fluttering.
I always adjust mine before I go live.
I
That's
do
right.
too.
It makes you
Sometimes I
feel
do
better.
locations, depending on the time of day, what kind of light I have coming in my office.
Mhm.
So sometimes I just check my lighting, how I look in the video, and then I'll change locations. And I have one of these too. Mine's
Yeah.
just a selfie stick one.
Yeah.
Tripod, so I can take it with me as a selfie stick, but then it converts into a tripod. And I adjust it till I'm kind of like getting the right angles.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes. We know.
I do that. I do that as well. I always check, and something that I do is when you are going and you're pressing that live button, prior to that, there's a little drop down that says whether it's going to be public or just friends. In that drop down, there's a little more button, and when you push more, there's an option for you to pick only me as your audience, and you can count down and do your live. You're the only person that's going to see it, but I find then you're really able to see if your positioning is great or your lighting is great, or your hair's at a place, whatever it might be.
Scoot down just to see.
I'm checking the messages here too.
Yeah. Oh, you're checking them? Perfect.
Yep.
I was going to check them there.
Think
Sorry
about
about
any
that.
questions so far, yeah.
One of the
Any
things I was
questions?
going
No,
to
we don't have
suggest
questions. We have a lot of people watching.
that I tell a lot of people who are nervous about whether it's live or recorded, I tell them to get a picture of their closest buddies and tape it to the top of their computer screen. And that way, when they're talking and they're looking at the screen, they're actually looking at their friends. Because when you sit like this and have a conversation, it's very relaxed, it's easy, right?
Yeah.
So bring that warmth to yourself by looking at your girlfriends and going, I'm talking to them, and forget that you have a camera in front of you.
Such a great idea.
I like
So whatever makes you comfortable, if it's your family, then have a picture of them. But it does, right? We're all comfortable around just sitting and chatting, so why not make
absolutely.
that environment on the computer?
I find that sometimes people don't really know where to look.
Oh,
When they're
still-
recording, they
Yeah.
really don't know where to
I'll watch
look.
my videos and be like, that's not where the camera is.
Yeah. I spend a lot of time with it.
I'm staring out into
Yeah.
space.
I'm probably not even looking at you right now.
We're looking at each other.
But I think it's important for people to know that, on an iPhone anyways, it's always kind of in the top here, like right here is your camera, and that's kind of where you're going to be looking. And I think majority of phones, it's at the top, even if it's an Android or whatnot. And it's hard sometimes to be looking there.
Yeah.
And you want to be
Looking right at the screen.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But when you look at the screen, you end up looking like you're not looking at the audience, right?
Right. But I mean, and it's best to have your phone in this view
Yes.
when you're doing it.
Oh, without a doubt.
So
Yeah.
you have to.
Yeah.
You don't have to. If you have your phone turned this way, then you don't get the two black.
Right.
Yes.
You get a narrow video. You get a
Okay,
Yeah,
I thought if you
screen.
had it turned this way when you started your live recording, you would like literally be flipped. Like people would be
No.
watching you.
Oh, that can happen
It's
too.
sideways.
Yes, correct. That can happen
Okay.
too. But basically what's happening is you get those two black bars down the side, so
Gotcha.
you're like this skinny video. So you always want to go horizontal.
I think they go sideways because they turn it after they
During.
start.
Yes.
Then you're sideways.
So let's
Okay.
just
That's
review
the other
how
key
that
thing.
goes from
Yeah,
this
yeah.
start.
let's do that.
Okay. Go ahead.
So when you're pressing go live on Facebook, you will be able to put in your title of whatever you want to do. And then down in the corner is the actual go live button. You can put in your title and do everything this way, but before you press that go live button, your phone has to be this way. So in something like this, for example, you would have it kind of clipped into here and set up whatever way you want. And again, you could always do that only me recording, so you're kind of seeing what you're looking like. But just remember that it's always flipped this way.
And if you go and flip your phone and it doesn't actually rotate, that means you have to swipe down from the top where your settings are sitting. So swipe down on your phone, and you need to make sure the auto rotate button is turned on.
Okay, that's a good
Where that
one.
comes in trouble is on tablets.
Okay.
Okay, on tablets, most of them don't, that's not defaulted to auto rotate. So you're trying with your tablet trying to flip it, and it won't work. So always just swipe down from the top of your phone and double check your rotation.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I didn't realize you could do that.
Mhm.
Another thing we were actually touching on earlier, I was talking to Lynn about, was I don't think every person has the ability to go live on Facebook from their laptop.
No.
Okay,
No.
good that you confirmed that, because
Yes.
I tried to do it the other day. I thought, my laptop's sitting here, I'll just go live from here,
Yeah, no.
and I couldn't.
So there's a couple of things. One, right now, Google Chrome, if you're going to go live from your computer, your desktop, your laptop, you want to use Google Chrome for it.
Okay.
But you also have I don't know the overall name, but you have to have a thing called API. Stacey Maynard introduced me to that.
Okay.
You have to have that installed as well on your laptop or your desktop in order for you to actually go live on Facebook from there. So API is all I know. I can think of what it's called. I'll find out later. If anybody wants to know, just reach out to me. So personally, you'll have more aggravation if you try to do it from your computer.
I
I say
too.
stick with your phone or your tablet.
Yeah.
What it is, the phone and tablets are using the Facebook app.
Mm-hmm.
It's the app that allows you to, they've incorporated it into that. The computer version, it's more of a pain in your butt to try to go live from there. So,
Okay.
but I don't believe Safari. I don't think you can from Safari yet. So if you're using a Mac and you use Safari as your internet browser, you won't be able to go live from your desktop.
Okay.
Unless you install something like BeLive.
Mm-hmm.
The program
Gotcha.
BeLive will allow you to do it from your computer as well. So stick with your phone and your tablet, and it just will be less aggravation.
Mm-hmm. And I'm going to add in, if possible, use your headphones if you have your if you're using your phone, because now in some ways sometimes you don't want the distraction of the look of that, but it sounds really good and it doesn't pick up outside noise. If you think you might have outside noises happening around you,
Okay.
your
Because you're plugged into
earphones,
that,
your
right.
earbuds will be your sound, and not maybe like for me, I have a whining dog a lot, and then so that can happen. So that's just a little tip if you have outside noises you're worried about.
And if you're going to use your phone, please mute the sound on your phone before you go live.
That's an
Okay.
important one.
Because if your phone
How do you
rings,
do that?
you have to actually go into your settings on your phone, go to sound. Yeah, go to sound, and you'll have an option to mute. So mute that, because if it rings, it interrupts the
Yes, the
live,
live stream.
even
yeah.
notifications, or someone sends you a Facebook Messenger, text message. All of those noises will contribute to the live.
Mhm.
So I always mute mine.
Mhm.
Well, I shouldn't say always, because I do forget.
We have a
But
question.
yeah.
Mhm.
We have a question.
Awesome.
Kathy Nesbitt. Hi, Kathy.
Hi, Kathy.
Let's all have a laugh for Kathy. She, for you, those of you who don't know Kathy is the laughter queen. So, Kathy says, is there an optimum length of time for Facebook Live video? And then she also said frequency. I think you're
Tracy,
on it.
yeah, 45 seconds. Yeah.
I think there is varying
Yeah.
opinions on it.
There is total, yeah.
I personally think that 1 to 2 live videos weekly is enough.
Yeah, I think that's about the max.
That's maximum.
Mhm.
I think as well from a length of video perspective, you better have some amazing content if you want to capture your audience for 10, 15, 20 minutes.
Yeah.
And sometimes I think that prior to doing that live, if you're working people up to plug into me, I'm going to be speaking
Right.
about this. I think it's okay, like you said, if you have wonderful content and you are teaching on a subject, so people know prior to plugging into that live, because you've said going live at 9 o'clock, speaking of this,
Like we are.
grab your pen, grab your,
20 minutes.
right. I think that that's okay, but I think if it's just one of these, something comes up and you feel, the urge or the need to go live, honestly, I feel like you start losing people after 2 minutes.
Oh,
For
sure.
Yeah.
Like
The problem is,
okay.
It depends on your influence. I think it
True.
grows. So if you're somebody who doesn't quite have that massive influence where people already know, oh my gosh, it's Tammy, she's going to teach us some stuff.
Right.
I want to listen to this through the end. They're going to listen to Tammy maybe for a long time because they're taking notes, they're getting stuff they would have to pay for otherwise, right?
Right.
So all of us,
Exactly.
almost.
Yeah.
But if you're someone who actually doesn't have that yet and you're growing your audience, people aren't going to listen as long. I think that's also factors into it.
well, I
Like
think,
influencers, you listen a long time.
oh, for sure, without a doubt, because there's a few that I will sit faithfully and watch their entire video, right? I mean, all the ones that Samantha King does, right? And
Yeah.
Heather, you were just on there the other day, and I caught the replay. I watched the whole thing, right? So those what?
Nothing.
Oh, I don't know, they're all making faces at me,
No,
guys.
we're not.
They're making
We're not.
faces at me. No. But the other problem is Facebook has led everyone to believe that we need to do like a minimum 20 minutes, half an hour live videos, and they'll help you get further out there. The reality is, it doesn't matter if my live is 2 minutes long. As long as there's engagement, as long as people are sharing my stuff, I'm still going to reach the same kind of numbers. So don't just do a live video for 20 minutes just for the sake of doing it, because you will lose your audience.
Yes.
And the next time you want to do a live, they're not tuning in. So it really, forget about the time frame and focus on the content, right? The content
Absolutely.
will determine how long you're going to be speaking. Yeah, because it frustrates me for that.
We are almost out of
We're out of
time.
time.
Like, we are literally almost out of time.
God, it goes fast.
It does go fast. I feel like maybe this week we can post some things in our group, like some of our maybe little tips and tricks. I can even do a little demo for people and show people
That would be
if
great.
they're interested. If they're interested.
If you're not a member of our group and you're seeing this somewhere else because this video was shared, then become a member of our group. It is called the Circle Life and Business Show on Facebook. So you can watch all of our stuff. We
And
have
it's
a
free.
YouTube
It's
channel.
free to
It's
join the
free.
group.
Yep.
Yes.
So
So,
yeah, love to have you.
All right.
all right,
Okay.
ladies.
Have a great
Happy
day.
Monday, everybody.
Thank you. See you next time.
Love it.